It just poured raining, and I just looked so stupid. And now I can't go swimming. I mean, I can't go swimming, but I have to swim now, like the old ladies who say, "Don't splash, no splash." I'm saying no splash because I don't want to be splashed. I don't want to get splashed. And tonight's a great night, as always. I want to thank everybody that comes here, works here so hard. Thank you, Ryan Benson is here this evening. He is running this camera. Your comedy concierge, Samantha Linderman, is here. And while I have an opportunity for you that listen to me and go back and tell me to stop laughing on people's jokes, my friends tell me they can't hear anybody's jokes because I'm laughing the loudest. I'm not. I'm closest to the camera. That's what it is. But we're having a show tomorrow night. Sunday night. And it'll be at 360 Studios in Beverly Hills at something La Cienega.
291 South.
That's right. 291.
291 South La Cienega.
South La Cienega. Okay, I said that. Sunderland Krunk at South La Cienega. Like Maria Santiago de Velasco de Barranquilla, Bogota, Puerto Rico. That's the way she was saying it. You know what I mean? So, like, I was like, oh my God. He was like, I was like, she was like. I was like, then I got mad. All right. I remember hearing that. It was from a Korean girl. And that's how Catholic schools have changed. Yeah, how Catholic schools have changed. I went to a Catholic school. That's why I took Taekwondo, just to keep up with the nuns. I don't think that's just funny. You don't know how they're going to make a move. Eraser, pen, anything. Weapons of destruction. And I would take chalk dust and throw it on the back of their habits because I thought that was really cool. 20 years later, I would be trying to sniff that dust off their habits, okay? 20 years later, I had a whole different habit I was dealing with, okay? Speaking of habits, it is pretty strange when you see someone and they're making believe that they're not high anymore. And I see this when I get to Patterson, New Jersey. I get home and I'm like, hey man, what's up? And you're like, girl, you crazy. And they never fall down. It's amazing. They don't. I fall down. I fall down all the time. I fall here. I fall there. I fall everywhere. And I fell here, and my landlord goes, "Why? You want to sue me now? You can sue me to pay the rent?" And I'm just like, "Oh my God! Doesn't he realize I'm not leaving? I'm not going." Who goes to the landlord's office and says, "I can't go"? I go, and I'm screaming. You should hear me. I'm like, "Don't throw us out! You know, many comedians have nowhere to go." He said, I don't care. You charge more money. I have to charge more money. I go, up on the rent. Oh, my God. I was so Jewish at that point. I said, I just kept saying it. So then I gave him a check. He goes, what is this? I go, it's the best I could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I said, don't cash it till tomorrow. Because you got to deposit that cash. And the cash doesn't come clear until midnight. Then why did I even bother putting it in? Put it on my ass. Who does this? Only in Jersey, that's all they talk about. When they use it. Where's your keys? Where'd you leave the keys last? Last? Up your ass. That's where I left them, up your ass. All right, I'm going to bring you up first because I think it's really fun.
Okay.
I think it's really fun. And I need you to time him for 5.
Yeah.
And don't get me, Sean. What, you want to use your last name?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It's not Mitsuyoshi. That's my boyfriend. What's your last name?
Kubota.
Kubota. Okay,
I'll
that's
give you
right.
When you have 2 left, okay?
All right. When the light comes on, you have 2 left.
And it looks like this.
It's white.
It's almost. Sorry, 1 sec.
Watch this, huh? Is
Watch
that what that
this.
light's for? I did not
Stop
know.
it. Stop it right now.
Look at that light.
Look
Guys,
at
if people tell you you're funny, you probably are. But you won't know. Till you see it from this page to the stage. Maybe it's out.
There we
All
go.
right, there we go. It's blue.
No, it'll be white.
It'll be white. Does it have to be in my eyes
You want
right
me to do a
now?
different one?
No, I'm kidding. Because right now I can't see it.
Okay, yeah, and then red when you're done.
Yeah, I had to replace the tape.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give your full attention, please, to this comedian coming on stage. And remember something, to be a great comedian, you got to be a great audience member. So remember that. And respect the stage. Let's give it up to the comedy of my friend, Sean Kubota. Let him hear you.
Thanks, everybody. My name is Sean Kubota, 4-time world champion figure skater. I'm just kidding. But my name is Kubota. It's a Japanese last name. It was weird growing up in America. Whenever people saw my name on paper, they would just black the fuck out. They just like start hearing some kung fu music, like, oh. big gong ring. Dong. They just like think of the most samurai Asian shit they could think of. They're like, oh, kabuto. Oh, kubobo. I'm like, it's Kubota. It's phonetic, Miss English teacher. What the fuck, son of a bitch. But, you know, the crazy thing is, the only people who got my name right were rednecks. True story. I couldn't believe this shit, but this redneck came up to me, he's like, Kubota? Your name is Kubota? Whew, I love my Kubota, best tractors in the world. Hey, wait a minute. I didn't know Kubota was owned by the Chinese. I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to argue with him. I just bowed out and just shuffled away, you know what I mean? I was wearing a rice hat, so I guess it was justified. But, you know, I'm Asian, right? And I don't take it personally because I truly feel that everyone's jealous of Asians, right? I feel like everyone's jelly. It's the truth. Tons of reasons for it. For one, huge cocks, right? Number two, driving skills, right? If you see me have to go, now you're on the Tokyo. Tokyo Drift, baby. Come on. Arguably the best Fast and Furious of all time, Tokyo Drift. Oh, there we go. Crackle. Snap, crackle, pop. Yeah, but anyways, you know, everyone's jealous of us Asians. Speaking of dicks, you know, dicks get a bad rap. You know what I mean? Sure, they look weird. Sure, sometimes they smell a little funny. Fair. But, you know, all these people are getting mad. They're like, oh, you know, you didn't wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. Okay, yeah, that is gross, sure. I'm for that, for washing the hands. But I get pissed off that people don't wash their hands before they go to the bathroom, right? And I have a working theory here. I'm pretty sure that this is how COVID spread. Okay, let me explain. Okay, so Jim, he needs to go pee. He's like, oh, hey, Terry, how you doing? He's just going and opening shit and everything. Pause. Let's check out Jim's dick for a second, okay? So, what's going on here? Oh, maybe a little bit vinegary, okay? If he's uncut, perhaps mayonnaise-y, okay? It's called smegma. It's like a fucking video game boss. Smegma. You know what I mean? Anyways, back to Jim's dick, okay? He whips it out. Boom! Now he's got COVID dick. You see? You see? All right, then Jim goes home. His girlfriend's like, hi. She's like, glut, glut, gives him a blowjob. Boom, she's got COVID. You see where I'm going here, right? Then she goes to work. Gives the guy at work a blowjob. Now he's got COVID. See? This is my working theory. Fauci doesn't know what he's talking about. I truly believe this shit. So I'm a weirdo. I totally own that. Everything smells. That's how I navigate my reality, right? And I'm just really grateful to be born in this time. Is anyone else grateful? As much fucked up shit is going on, I'm grateful to be born right now. Because, yeah, like, let's be grateful for a bit. Because I'm watching this romanticized medieval shit, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, and I'm enjoying it because I can't smell these filthy motherfuckers through the screen, okay? Like, no wonder they were fighting and shit. They're just like, imagine a bunch of homeless-smelling people in a steamy pub, drinking and farting, and you're just like, bump my elbows, fuck, you know, everyone's getting in fights, right? I'm trying to hold my nerve and not fight the urge to fucking drop kick motherfuckers when they come up and like, hi, with some fucking horseshit breath. Oh my god. It's like Spartan. God, they just like fall into a bottomless pit. Just blink like in a bottomless pit of Listerine. That would be my dream. But along with that, one of the things that I realized is that I think back to the kings back in that day, and I realized I'd be a bad king, you know? Like I imagined it'd go something like this. Like a guard walks in, he's like, so we found a peasant in the field stealing from the royal crops, so he was stealing parsnips and beets or some shit like that. Oh my! Oh, that's no good at all. Oh, yes, well, I am feeling quite forgiving today. I'm feeling quite relaxed. I was just bathed and filleted by 4 virgins. I guess I could let him go. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, your mercy. Oh, God, he stinks. Kill him. Get him out of here. So it'd probably go something like that. I thought that'd get more laughs, but that's okay. You know, speaking of bad breath, like fucking movies with morning sex, that shit is inaccurate as fuck. They make it look so good. Like we all know that, you know, a girl rolls over, she goes, good morning. That's a no-no. You don't do that shit, right? You either go straight up to the ceiling, you look over, good morning, or you try to do it just past your face. You breathe through your nose, get money, right? Because that shit be stankin', okay? In the movies, they're just like, making out, breathing in each other's nose. I'm like, what the fuck? I put her face over here, okay? I got my lips pursed. We were breathing through our noses, like making sounds like we're fucking torture victims. That shit is not attractive. It's not the same in the movies, I'll tell you what. So I'm a dog dad, right? One of the things about being a dog dad, is you got to pick up your dog's poop. But the thing is, you kind of do it like a fucking creep. You know what I mean? You're just watching it come out like, oh, it's a little bit more watery than I want, okay? And you come over there, you're like, when did you have sweet potato? What's going on here, right? You pick it up, you're just like, I think I need to add pumpkin to their diet, you know? And then I'm just kidding. But, you know, this is the reality. It's a good thing that we do, right, for our dogs. Makes sense. What I don't get is who's checking after people's poops, okay? I find it really crazy that people are just so arrogant. They're walking around like fucking hot shit after they might have just taken the fucking hottest of shits, and they're just acting like nothing's wrong. You know what I mean? There are people who, in life, they're just like baseline humble because I think they got fart face. You know what I mean? Like their fate looks like a visible fart or they have to fart. And the people who are beautiful have not a very farty face. That's just basic science. You know what I mean? Does that mean stop?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right, well, that's my time. Thanks, everybody.
Great though.
Yeah, appreciate it. Nice talking about it.
Where can they find you?
I don't even have any value. This is my first time. Appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Get my number from Samantha.
Okay.
How
Thank you.
are you? How's this for
You're better
walk
than I
on
am.
by? If he wasn't that cute, show him what tripped him, right? Sure, you were thinking about it though, right? Hello there, my God, they sit you sideways, they'll mark you absent. Where have you been?
Around.
Been around. He gets around. He gets around. I'm going to bring up this next gentleman. We're going to give him the lighted three so he knows. We're just working on a 5-minute set for a showcase. Let's get for the comedy of the one and only Comedy Colin. That's what I call him. It's Colin.
Give it up for Sunda. Right. So, how are we doing therapy? Are we doing therapy? Anybody here doing therapy? I'm doing therapy. I have some problems with therapy, though. I feel like there's times when my therapist will try to guide me to the right answer instead of just telling me the right answer. It annoys the hell out of me. I wish my therapist was more like a plumber. I want them to just tell me what to fix. I want them to fix it for me.
Right.
That's what I want. You know, it feels like I want my therapist to just come up to me and like tap me on the head with a notepad and be like, "Yep, classic case of narcissism. Here, take these mushrooms. Oh, look at that. Leak in your healthy boundaries. Can't do that. No. Have you been stalking your ex? I can tell by the. No, can't do that. Anybody ever? I had a therapist once who would like talk about their problems more than listening to mine, which is a weird experience, you know. Because like, here's the thing, we didn't have a ton in common. I'm a mid-20s white guy. She was a 65-year-old black woman from New York. Not a lot. The Venn diagram was 2 circles. There was not a lot, you know. But we all love Venn diagram humor. No, but she taught me a lot. She is just this very sweet woman, this tiny little woman named Evelyn, and I started to like learn from her because like I realized she was trying to teach me through her experiences, you know. But there were times when I would complain about my shit, and then like her shit was way worse. I'd be like, hey, yeah, she's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I had a tough week. My family was like really shitty to me, and you know they were really rude. She's like, you know who's rude to me? Every cop ever. Shit. Gotcha. No, I'm sorry. I had to apologize. Yeah, it's tough to complain to someone who's had it worse than you. So, yeah, I just had a tough time with that. But I started to relate to her after hearing all of her stories, you know, and really trying to connect with her. After like a few weeks, her and I would just both be sitting on the couch filing our nails, being like, and he did what? No, child. No. And then, huh? No. But no, but she taught me a few really valuable tricks. It turns out a lot of my problems can just be solved by calling someone a honky. You just call them out on it. Just call them out on it. They shut up real quick. Wait, that's the white
That's
light.
joking.
Two. Okay, cool. So okay. Yeah. So I had a therapist who was really into astrology, which doesn't make them a bad therapist. But it's kind of like if your pilot believed in flat Earth. Yeah, like comes on. All right, everybody, it's your captain speaking. We just reached our cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. If you look over to your left, you will see the Grand Canyon, and if you look over to your right, you will see the ice wall surrounding the dome. I actually had a pilot who believed in astrology, and he would come on. He'd be like, all right, everybody, we just reached our cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. However, Mercury is in retrograde, so we're going to fly at a different altitude to compensate. I was actually sexually attracted to one of my therapists, which was kind of awkward. And I started bragging about shit, like complaining about, she'd be like, how are you doing? I'd be like, well, I'm doing shitty. I crashed my car. I don't have a Lamborghini to get to school to work. And they gave me a Ferrari to. It's a shitty, And I keep getting all these, matches on Hinge. I don't know who to take out first. It's like all this. I remember going back to plumbers. I actually had a plumber who he came over to work on something, and he could tell that I was having a bad day, and he just kind of looked at me. He's like, "Hey, you doing okay, man?" And I just started bawling, and I was just crying, and then he just came up to me and hugged me, and I'm pressed up against his sweaty armpit, and I mean, I've had a therapist for 4 months now, and not one tear, It just turns out I needed a guy that looks like my dad. I don't need a therapist. All right, and that's my time. Thank you very much. And you can find me at Colin_comedy on Instagram.
Colin_comedy. There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Good
go.
job, bro.
Now, did I forget anything to tell people? If you guys are thinking of taking a class, call me before I leave. Make sure you guys have my phone number from Samantha. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, okay. And all that.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, that's
Thumbs up,
right.
like,
Thumbs
follow.
up. I forgot about the thumbs up.
Stop it.
I can't believe you came this close to me like this. You know I'm married. I'm kidding! I was thinking hot dogs. So there's comes a time. I just want to remind you that on Sunday we're going to do that show on La Cienega. And it's Name That Comic is the name of the show. What is going on? There's so much going on. Samantha's getting ready to do a tour and leave me. She's leaving me. She's doing a restaurant tour as a comedian. And I'm so proud of her. And I'm so proud of her for running this place all the time. And all my phones put away so I can run to Ruth's Bay for the... No?
They're right by each other.
Good, because I'm sure he'll take payment out of both of them. And guys, afterwards, if you want to go to Ruth's Bay's up the street, it's called... Ow! I'm so sorry. I hit my toe.
Oh.
I gotta get a tow truck. Ah! Sorry. Alright, I didn't mean that. Oh, I'm so sorry, Samantha. Oh, that was painful. I'm gonna bring up this next performer, and I mean a true performer. And I want to make sure that you guys remember her before she's rich and famous, because she's gonna forget our asses. Okay, let's give it up for the one and only Samantha Linderman.
We're both doing it.
Oh my God!
No, I know. So
I
that's
can't believe
fine.
it just happened.
Okay, give it up for Sunda, you guys. My parents are worried about my relationship with Sunda, but really,
I love her.
it's just jealousy pointed so loudly outwards. Sunda came to my house for dinner, and her husband and my dad were laughing. She goes, "What's that sound?" I haven't heard that. How you guys doing? Yeah. I'm gonna break with therapy. Every time I'm not in therapy, I convince myself that I don't need it. Which obviously nobody got to laugh. I mean, I know I get it. I know me. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm giving them a service. You know what I mean? Like they're taking notes. I'm like, I know you're using this for the next person. He's like, I never thought about it like that. I'm like, really? Because I'm young, dude. Like, I don't know. He just kept saying, like, whenever I'd be like, huh, yeah, you're right. He goes, I know, I'm smart. Larry. I purposely have to pick therapists I'm not sexually attracted to because, I mean, come on, Will, we know.
We do.
We pull. We got those locks now. We pull. Got that Gene Wilder look. I have no problem with Timothée Chalamet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have... Shoot me. Like, I don't, you know? Do I really... Did anybody see the video where Selena Gomez walked up to Timothée Chalamet, who's now dating Kylie Jenner, and asked for a selfie, and then Kylie said no?
Yes.
And then Selena stole Taylor. And then Selena stole Taylor. I do not know how y'all are sleeping at night with that one. That sleeper bomb out there with that true album inspiration beneath us, upon us. I'm not really working. Oh my God, this is gonna turn into like I'm not working. I'm not in therapy. Sam, what are you doing? I may very well be doing food tours, and give it up for that. Food and comedy. I'm gonna have tourists in the palm of my hands. I just hope it's good people. One time after a show of mine, Patty was a part of this story actually. This couple was like, "What a fantastic show!" I was like, "How'd you find out about us?" They're like, "The internet." And I was like, "You're fucking kidding me." You know what I mean? Because that $2.99 I was putting into Eventbrite every day. I was like, it worked. And then they were like, "Do you know anywhere you can find some cocaine?" He didn't talk like that though. I wish. Oh my God, I wish. He was just like, he's like, "You know where I find cocaine?" And he's like, "Don't tell my girlfriend." And I was like, "She's right there." But she was like, "Lights are on, nobody's home." Which is fine. I mean, it's a look. You know what I mean? Every girl has to wear it sometimes. It's called selective hearing. Hey, you want to do what'd you say? No, I can't hear you say it louder. Anytime you ask somebody to repeat something 3 times, it's like mood kill. Am I right? No, I'm right. I'm right. I live in West Hollywood, which is such a blessing. The crazy people are so nuanced. You know, there's always a character within the character. You know, it's like I can tell what kind of day it's going to be based on what certain people I see and what colors they're wearing. Not like in a gang way, but like in a, are they wearing, that sounded crazy. Like, is it like a glitter feather day for Brad, or is he just in a, you know, big t-shirt, no pants? Do you know, nobody has that in their city? There's an old man who exists outside my apartment building constantly. He's my neighbor. But really what he does is be a lot. For his medication, he has to go outside, get fresh air. At least 3 times a day. He's real. He's about this big.
He's real.
No, he's about this big, right? And when he talks to you, he gets really close. He has one really long fingernail. Again, this is not a gang drug thing. Like, none of this. It's just truly like, this country's got to take care of the elderly. Dude. Sometimes when I meet old men like that, and I'm just like, I want to invent a dating site just for him. You know, because there are so many people out there just like him. And let's be real, the women are the ones you need to watch after. Older, single women who are with really long fingernails. You know, I'll pick a warlock over a witch any day. I don't feel comfortable with that. What's the last thing I could say about him? His name's Ariana, which apparently in his country is like John. And he's so freaking cute. I told him to come here once, but I don't know if you guys would enjoy that. It would be about 15 minutes, and we don't have that kind of time. But give it up for you guys. You should come to the show this Sunday. It is our 4th show and like a little thing we've been doing with some new venues. You guys can reach out to Sunda about bookings and stuff like that. I'm really excited to keep this night moving. This light is so bright. But I love it. It's the stage. And I'm really excited to bring this guy to it. Give it up for Bobby fucking person. Bobby fucking person.
All right. I'm Bobby fucking Peterson. Bobby fucking Peterson. I've turned into a prop comic. I just accepted it. I'm a 185-pound complex tumor with a thought process. I'm not a white guy. I'm just, yeah, I look like one. This is my band and shit. Cheese Migration. I feel like, I'm just feeling like, I don't know, this is my character tonight. Lizard Brain, that's my, I don't know, it's something that I do. Oh wait, maybe there was something on the back, hold up. Oh, this is my bat that I draw. Books I've been writing. Cult Recruiting and Team Building for Hobbyists. It's a companion piece to Conning Friends and Accumulating Lovers. Transform your narcissism into a lucrative career as a prophet and secure your legacy through apotheosis.
Nice.
Thank you. Making porn. That's like poor, P-O-O-R, like poor people porn. No money, no condoms. It pretty much produces itself. And reproduces itself, you know. For the cannibal out there, Long Pig Publishing picked up this book, People Can Be Shit, but first you've got to eat them. How to catch, clean, and cook your way to immortality and a leaner physique on a cannibal's budget. Forward by Army Hammer. You can catch some of my other stuff under my pen name, Bobifa King Peterson, male feminist. I'm an anti-social justice warrior, desensitivity training specialist, and a disillusionist. I'm also a conscientious objector to reality and other social constructs. Here's a book, Apes Doing a Bit, Method Caveman Cosplay Gone Awry, How Improv is to Blame for All Our Problems. There's a lot more to that, but basically I think like some cavemen started like doing some kind of bit and eventually ended up with this bullshit. Deep shit, man. This is my moral compass. It says that I may be a Satanist. I'm not sure. You know, I like to tell people I am. It's a good gauge for intelligence, and it lets me know who believes in magic. It's like a get the fuck away from me, you filthy Christian spell. That's a little rough, right? This is something. Fuck stigma. It's kind of like my thing. The past is a fiction. The future's a fantasy. So present yourself. Forget what the fuck you were yesterday. Just be what you are today. It's kind of, yeah. So, for the rest of the time, I'm going to just kind of freestyle on some thoughts. I've been trying to become a person. Like, I've been trying to find out how to save humanity from itself. But, like, I realized I don't know how to be a person. Like, I'm, like, autistic or something. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. I might be a sociopath. It's unclear. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want to save mankind. I'm like a supervillain with, like, I'm set on world unification. But, like, I mean, the thing with supervillains, they all come to the same thing. It's like, we either wipe us out or, like, there's no other choice. We got to start over. And I don't want that to be the thing, but, like, it's... So, let's see. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of offensive stuff and actually learning from it, so I don't regret it, because honestly, I've seen a lot of shit the past 2 days and had a few conversations with people about real shit. Like, I want to slap myself when I say this, but I don't identify as a white guy necessarily. I kind of touched on that with the tumor bit. But, like, I don't see myself when I think about myself, because I'm a solipsist, so the world exists for me, kind of. That's my viewpoint. I know it's fucked up, but I can't help it. That's how I am. I'm trying to be better, though. And I'm trying to assimilate. Become less of a Like, you know Sheldon from Big Bang? Like, I feel that way. Like, people are doing a bunch of weird little dances and games that make no sense, but I get it. Like, you guys have feelings, so it does stuff for you. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to relate to people so that I can save them. And so I yeah, that's where I am. Yeah, I mean, I can relate to some people. Like, I can relate to Jeffrey Dahmer, but wait. Not, like, I don't want to kill anyone. But like he just wanted people to be around. He wanted people to be there, and they tried to leave. They shouldn't have tried to leave. I mean, he just wanted someone to be there to talk to and have around, and like, I don't want people like that. He didn't want them to like leave. No. Yeah, I kind of get it. I don't want to eat anyone. And I don't like gay. And people get it wrong. They thought he was like a racist. Oh, or
Are you
whatever.
sure you don't like me?
But like, he wasn't a racist. He was like gay, and like he picked like, I guess gay black people were like his favorite. But there were other people, other races. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to like. I don't want to shock people. I'm trying to learn how to be, like, sound shocking, so without being offensive. Because again, I'm trying to understand humanity, and that's honest. And I guess it's funny because it's true. But yeah, I'm not apologizing for anything I've done. So fuck stigma. I've been Bobby fucking Peterson. You can get me on Instagram. Thank you very much.
BFP. Give it up for Bobby, everybody. For me, I always feel really comfortable when somebody says, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I was like, okay, but are you?
No.
No, I'm joking. I'm making a joke.
I know. I was
Girl
playing
stuff. No, you wouldn't get it. Let's see if I should do a little. If I should do a little rhyme. A controlled substance I don't take is Addy, but I don't even need it because I got the comedy of Batty.
Timothy Chalamet. Have his name Chalamet? Yes. Give me some more love, you motherfucker. All right, that's it. That's enough of that shit. You brought up one of my favorite subjects, Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer is the serial killer that actually validates white privilege. Jeffrey Dahmer proved that in this great country of the United States, you can eat people, just not white people. You eat 3 or 4 white folks, there's going to be a knock at the door. There's going to be a knock at the door. Someone's going to come looking for him. And people don't know this. Jeffrey Dahmer was the only white guy in an all-black neighborhood in the early 90s. He actually worked at a chocolate factory. Hold on. I'm just telling you. Think about that for a second and then... Now, in those days, it was called white flight. That's when all the white people would move out because the black people were moving in. Now we have gentrification. That's where they move back. Apparently, white people should just stay where the fuck they are. Historically, if you look at that, it's probably a good idea. So, it was a colonization reference, but fuck you! The Japanese were good at that, too. They were colonizing motherfuckers. Ask the Filipinos. Holy, that's some real fucking hate. Asian hate there, baby. But the thing is, he fucked up and tried to eat a Cambodian. Have you seen it? He come out, 15-year-old Cambodian. I don't need any narration, Bobby fucking Peterson. That was great, though. Give him a round of applause. Wasn't that great? It was kind of part stand-up comedy, part intervention. Kind of a little bit of both. But he tried to eat a 15-year-old Cambodian boy. And the Cambodian boy escaped. Now, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And there's a lady in the building who's like, this motherfucker, something wrong with him. Right? Everybody in the building like, something wrong with him. Now, everybody knows back in the days of white flight, there were only 2 types of white people that lived in all black neighborhoods. One was the old white people who never moved away when the neighborhood changed. Number 2, homosexual cannibals. Everybody knows this is fucking common knowledge. Well, the kid escapes. You got a 15-year-old naked Cambodian kid who doesn't really speak English, screaming by the garbage can. Everybody comes out of the building. 2 white cops show up, right? Out comes Dahmer, and the fucking woman walked right up and said, "You better look at this motherfucker. Something's wrong with him. This boy is not right." And the control, the whole building, and the fucking 2 white cops walk up to Dahmer, and they say, "What's going on here?" Dahmer says, "Oh, we just had a lover's tiff." "Okay, well, you can take him back upstairs." He took the fucking kid back upstairs. Within an hour, he had eaten him from stem to stern. Ate that whole Cambodian kid. If anything kind of gives you an idea of the white privilege, first of all, he would be Hitler's wet dream as a serial killer. 6'4", blonde hair, blue eyes. Damn it! The member of the Hitler Youth League. You know, no comedic set is proper without a Hitler reference, don't you think? I used to be a roadie for a band called the Violent Femmes.
Oh,
Thank you. You give us some love for that. Woo! And we were in Milwaukee. Now, be careful in fucking Milwaukee. I'm going to tell you, because they say beer made Milwaukee famous. For me, pussy made Milwaukee famous. I got a girl backstage, a big Viking-looking girl, big blonde hair. She actually had the big, the pointed brassiere and everything. And we were getting busy right behind the stage curtain. Right behind the stage curtain. I don't really do it like this. Now I do, because I'm old. My hips. But I was going to town. I do it a little. I swig it around a little bit. I try and stir the pot. Got to stir the pot. But anyway, enough technique. But the curtain is swinging back and forth, so it would be light, and then it would be dark. And it would be light, and I looked down, and she had a swastika tattooed above her hoo-ha. Now, gentlemen, I'd like to tell you I took the high road, but I noticed that just above her love canal, she had a Hitler mustache. That's the only place you can still wear one and get away with it.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he ruined that mustache. He ruined that mustache. But enough. I'm talking too much about facial hair. But what I want to say is this. I want to announce it loud and clear. My penis has no ideology. It has no political fucking alignment. Like, look, I'll admit it. I banged a girl with a Confederate flag on her boob. But from behind, I'm not a fucking racist. You want to see that shit? I banged a couple Scientologists. I banged a sadistic Jehovah's Witness. She couldn't get off until I slammed the door in her face. No. You can take your fucking time. Take your time. Now I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Patty, what happened to your head? Well, I'm playing a slightly less masculine version of Sinead O'Connor in a short film. No, not true. I'm actually in a short film that addresses a true story. I play a drill sergeant who was sued by a recruit for misgendering him. Now, anybody here been in the service or fucking gym class? Nobody?
Yeah.
Okay. The fucking drill sergeant, I was in the service. No, they fucking get ready. Hello, ladies! Okay, are you a pretty little lady? Why don't you put on a dress and do a little dance for the rest of these ladies? But it was a fucking actual, it happened, and it's kind of happening, which is, I want everybody to be who they are, and I'm going to call whatever makes you feel bad. If I know you, other than that, I'm just going to call you what you look like. Because I don't fucking know you. I don't mean to offend you, but I remembered that as a child, I had very long hair, and my mother kept my hair long, and I was a very pretty kid, and they would always go, "Oh, what a delightful, pretty little girl." I'm like, no, I'm a boy. I'm not. I didn't feel good. Honest to God, it didn't feel good. It felt fucked up. So I remember, because my mom, and maybe some of you guys, you know, I think maybe mothers who speak Farsi do this too. That's a roundabout way of saying Persian. But they take you to the bathroom with them. And my mother would take me to the fucking ladies' room. Am I the only one that's happened to when you're little? My mother would take me to the fucking ladies' room, and this went on, and, you know, and I finally was like, Mom! I'm not a girl, I want to go to the boys' toilet. That's what I thought a urinal was when I first saw it. I actually took a shit in one. That's a boys' toilet! But I'm like, Mommy, I'm a boy. I don't want to be in the girls' room anymore. I don't. And she said, shut up. Shut up and pull your skirt down. I can see your panties. But my mom, she died, you know. Either that or she just isn't speaking to me for the last 18 months. Which, if you knew my mother, that would not surprise you. My mother had a borderline personality that knew no fucking borders. None! She's just crazy shit. She used to lock me in the closet and say, don't come out till you're pretty. Fuck. Or she'd say just crazy shit. She'd say, you know, the way people treat you when they think you have cancer and the way people treat you when they want to fuck your sister are exactly the same. And my mom, before she passed, her favorite thing to do would just be to walk up to anybody, random people, and say, I voted for Obama. Anybody, I voted for Obama. I'm like, Mom, shut up, Mom. The waitress doesn't need to know you voted for Obama. But I voted for Obama. First of all, the toughest part of that is my mother would have never voted for Obama. She didn't. She didn't. She just had a fucked up sense of humor, and she loved to say shit. My mother was an immigrant, a very serious Catholic, and a devout racist. I got to tell the truth on her. I'm just telling you the truth. My mother, if she saw Barack Obama walk on water, she'd say, I told you they couldn't fucking swim.
Nice.
I just got to tell the truth, you know, like my wife is a tiny Filipino woman who I adore. And my mother at a July 4th party had a bit too much to drink and referred to her as a hot Chinese cartoon mouse. First of all, she's Filipina. That's a completely fucking different culture. But I don't know what to tell you. What are you going to do? You get one mother, you get one father. I love her. I didn't want any other mom. It looks like by the clock on the wall that it's time for Patty to go. But I'm going to leave you with this thought. I could not possibly be homophobic because I find Jane Lynch informative, very funny, and surprisingly easy to masturbate to. I'm Patty, P-A-D-D-Y-F-O-R-C-O-M-E-D-Y.
Hey.
You guys have been great. Give it up for Sam! Come on!
Give it up for Patty! Okay, get out of here. No, okay. Give it up for Patty, everybody. Yeah, run. I was about to talk about my penis's ideologies. You better fucking run. My dick is a socialist. I'm ready to mingle! No. It was more like a social, socializing. I accidentally went to Woody Harrelson's dispensary today. Let's talk about last. Oh, the woods. Oh, no. It was Bobby in the bushes in the woods. No, the guy who's like, I'm Jedi. I have been Woody's body double since 1999. What nice cups, lady. Does a Gatorade? I was like, whoa. I love it though. Let's keep the night moving. Shout out Woody Harrelson. Shout out freedom of the peen, right? Proud to be an American. Well, at least my penis free. Okay. I'm really excited to bring up this next comedian. Let's give it up for the one, the only Alan White. Woo! Young Sovereign. Bring it up like this.
pen.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne.
Oh, was it?
Thank you, thank you.
And up there. Hello. Wow, that was amazing. Patty, you're amazing.
Woo!
Give it up for Patty.
Yeah.
Come on, you can do better than that. Come on.
Woo!
There you go. Let's get some energy in here. This is the funniest seat. Like, there's no one anywhere near you. And it's like, you're like the king, and I have to like tell you, like, yes, master. I will tell you my joke now. My joke is, I do not know, because I did not come up with one. What did the bird say when it crossed the road? No. I don't know what it said. It said, it didn't talk because birds can't talk. So my name's Alan Weiss. I don't want to shock you, but I'm an accountant. I'm also dyslexic. And it's a weird mix, I know, because I might make a mistake. But don't worry, it's not fraud, unless there's intent. I work for a fashion company, and I was in my CFO's office, and the CEO came in. He was pissed. I mean, the board didn't give him what he wants. He's like, I'm going to quit. And he then looks at my boss, and he's a billionaire, and he has all these companies. He goes, you can come with me. And then he looks at me, and then he left. And then I left. No, I'm still there. Still there. One day I hope to impress him enough where he'll want me to come with for one of his other companies. Let me think. So I was thinking about getting a gun. Because I'm worried that the Nazis might come back. They might, depending on the political thing. And it's not, I just want to defend myself and hope that if they do come to get me, I could take a couple out first, so then it's like even, we're like equal. Like, it's like a 2-for-1 deal maybe. Or BOGO, I'm Jewish, so, that's why I'm nervous sometimes. I don't want to bore you with the history of accounting. In 3000 BC, the Mesopotamians invented it. In 1495, the Italians modernized it. And in the mid-1800s, the Scottish professionalized it. I'm telling you all this to let you know, it's not the Jews. I always want to know who the jerk who invented taxes. It's the Jews. No, just kidding. It wasn't. It was the Egyptians. It was Egyptians, and that's why the Jews got out. That's why. It's a good reason. Let's see. So I was playing pickleball. Pickleball. It's not with your penis. It's with a racket and a wiffle ball. I'm not really sure why. It's called that. But my brother, we was playing with my brother, and it was weird because he was super competitive. It was just, we were just playing for fun. And he's like, I have to beat you. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, what do you get from beating the 3 millionth worth best pickleball player? I don't know. I don't really know what he gets off of it, but he wanted to beat me. I don't get it. My niece, I was hanging out with my niece at my brother's house, and he has a dog, and she was trying to pet the dog. She's 1, and she was trying to pet the dog, and the dog was like, nah, stay over there, kid. I don't want you. And he walked into his cage and tried to close the door. My niece opens it up and she's like, hey. He's like, leave me alone. And then she tried to kiss him. And he's like, nah. And he walked into another room. And I was like, and I went to him, I said, now you know how I feel when you try to kiss me. So stop it. It's not cool. I was driving and this guy was talking about how this on the radio, he was talking about chickens or something, they have hobbies. And I was like, I don't want to go and have organic food that the chicken has better hobbies than me. I think it would be kind of depressing. It would be sad, like if he played pickleball and I didn't, and he was better than it. And then I was thinking about hobbies, like
you know, you have all those kids growing up, and they're like, he painted the Mona Lisa. He was impressive, and he's like 5 or something. I go like, that's not impressive. That's all he does all day is draw. It'd be more impressive if John, who has 2 jobs, painted the Mona Lisa. And neither of those jobs have anything to do with painting. But now we don't reward him anything. We're just like, oh, he's done that forever. You know, sad. I just want more props for the hobbies I do. I want someone to say, he's good. Like, he works all day. Anyway. Business. So, business stuff. So, I work in business. I do that. And I always thought it was funny that every once in a while I have to write a check for like 15 cents. And I go like, this, the paper was worth more than the 15 cents. And I kind of want to just go like, could I just not write the check? But they want the money, so I guess they're really hard on times and they need that 15 cents. And I'm not going to knock them because I would ask for it too. It's money, you know. When the interest rate's like 2 cents, you know, like when it was like 0.5% or something, like you maybe get a couple of cents in the bank, and you'd be like, I might have to live off that when I'm older. It's my retirement. Okay, so I don't know if that says anything. Okay, let's see. I think it's funny, like I'm dyslexic, and when I tell people I'm dyslexic, they always go, I'm dyslexic too. Or I say, I'm autistic, and they're like, I'm autistic too. And I say, I'm normal, and they don't say they're normal too. No, I want to say like no. I don't know. There's something I'm trying to figure out that joke, but I think it's interesting that everybody's now one-upping each other on like their disability.
Yeah.
Like everybody's trying to be better at the disability, and like I'm just trying to be normal. I think I'm going the wrong way. But I am autistic. People say you have a great deadpan, and I say yeah. So I'm autistic. Come on. Bobby, I get you. I don't connect with people either. There's no connection. See, no connection right here. I've been talking to him for almost 8 minutes. No connection. No connection.
Wow.
Well, there's a little connection.
Wow.
No connection. I was talking on the phone with a lady today, and she's like, you know that Catherine or whatever had a crush on you. I was like, yeah, that and 40 other girls that I never knew had crushes on me and never said anything. And it would have been helpful if they said something because I could have done something about it. But now it's too late. She's married, so what am I to do? I'm single, you know. It's hard, you know. Can't connect. I want to connect with you. I started just
We connect.
I connect. I start just to not finish my showers.
Yes.
That's one of his jokes. I just walk around the house with soap in my hair and a dry towel over my shoulder and go, hey, there's no one there, so I can't give anybody my ideas. So anyway, that's like an inside joke. It's an inside joke. Am I finished? You want me to finish?
Okay.
That's what she said.
Hey!
Hey. That's hack. Okay. I'll end on this. So I'm on the spectrum, and in order to socialize more, I go to the beach, and when I see a pretty girl, I go up to her and I go, hey, you look amazing. And she usually goes, oh, thank you so much. You made my day. And then her boyfriend will go, what did you say? And I'll be like, I'm on Spectrum. Shoddy connection. You're breaking up. I hope. Please. Here's my number. Thank you very much. My name is Alan Weiss. You can find me on Instagram at Alan W. Weiss. You can also find me here.
yeah. I think when you say shoddy connection, you should be like shoddy connection. But that's just my, because right now it killed. There was a second you probably tuned out, but I got a huge laugh when I said that. I was like, whoa! Shoddy. Let's get my shoddy Will Cable up here. Will, give us some. Say you up with the shower.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. God, how can I follow up that? 'Cause yeah, I guess we do connect through children. Single. Husband. 2 children. 16 and 14 now. Children weren't where I thought they were going to be. And I guess I should explain that to you. 16-year-old, he's a little different than me, or I was. Straight A student, varsity athlete, kind of a disappointment. 14-year-old, oh my God. He's a dreamer. How can I say? That mind is always going. You can see it. And apparently the place where it goes the most is in the shower. No. He gets in that shower, man, and I guess like you can almost hear that light bulb go off. Cuts the shower short, and in the evening, my wife and I will be on the couch, just laying there. Next thing you know, there's the 14-year-old, soap in his hair, running down his side, dripping wet, dry towel thrown over his shoulder, and he's like, "Dad, I had an idea." And I'm like, all right, let me just hear what he has to say. He's like, "I'm going to make a flight from LAX to Bali. It is 6,718 miles, 17 and a half hours long, 9th longest flight on the earth." Now, if it were when I was a kid, no way in hell I'd come out of the shower naked to tell my father this when I was 14. And my father would have said to me, "Get back in the shower, rinse the soap out of your hair, leave me alone, I'm trying to watch Louis Rukeyser in Wall Street Week." But I want to be supportive. I'm a modern dad. So, a fun dad. And I guess once I had to say something, because I ran into him. He was coming out of his shower. We were both naked. Coming out of his shower in his room, both naked. He had shampoo, dripping wet, dry towel over his shoulder. I had dried off, had completely rinsed, and was in there. And I was just like, "Adam, you have got to finish rinsing and dry off before you get out of the shower." So he paused, and he said, "Dad, the best kind of fried chicken is double battered." And he goes, "That's how they serve it on the flight from LAX to Bali." So I said, "All right, what about surfboards? How much do they cost?" He goes, "The first 2 are free." I mean, yeah, what are you going to say? I guess I should say, why was I in his room naked? That was more because his older brother, who is now an inch taller than me, has taken over my wardrobe. I don't have any underwear, I don't have any pants, I don't have anything. Yeah, so I will have to go in there to find myself what I'm wearing, especially underwear and socks. You would think seeing your father naked rooting through your room would deter you from taking his clothes. Apparently it doesn't. And even when it runs out in my room, he takes his mother's clothes. He walked out, again, wife and I on the couch, nice blue sweater, goes, "This is mine now." My wife's like, okay. He walked out of the room. Later on in the week, I saw her wearing it, and I'm like, oh my God. I heard her saying, "Can I borrow my sweater?" And he was like, "You can wear it." I mean, he's already a varsity athlete, and he got a 4.05. What the fuck is that? I mean, you divide that in half, and I don't think I ever achieved that. So, and he has to be better looking in the clothes than we do. So, I don't get it. I guess with every generation, there's hope. Yeah. He plays baseball, and he hit the game-winning run when he was 7 in Little League. And the way home, he was like, "Dad, you have no idea what it's like to be as good as me." And I said, "Well, no, son, I don't. That's not nice to say. Keep pushing the car. We're almost to the gas station." Yeah, that kid. I guess I like to think excellence runs in the family. It might have skipped a generation with me. Although my dad was a very excellent Navy captain. He was so excellent, no one could say no to him. The only people that can say no to a Navy captain is a Navy admiral, and there aren't many of those, much less this guy. So there was no saying no. He wasn't around much, and he was always at sea or doing maneuvers or something. So he's around about 20% of the time for most of my life. And I try to tell people, all right, my dad was gone all the time, and they'd be like, "Oh, my parents are divorced. I know what it's like. I wish my parents were around all the time." And I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He'd come home and give me orders and boss me, and I'd just be like, "Why don't you go to sea? Or don't you have a war to attend to, or something, whatever you want to call it?" But later, he retired from the Navy, and I guess he realized he didn't know me, I didn't know him, and was like, "We're going to have a father-son bonding thing," when I was 17. So we went to the Bahamas to go fishing, as you would in a boat with a captain. We were on one of the outer islands, this place called Abaco. And we got this skiff, and I actually could work the skiff pretty easily without much instruction, so I was feeling good about myself. And we went right out to the final reef. It was continental shelf on the reef, the deep. I mean, that shit was just blue and nothing. We threw the anchor over there, about 20 feet of water, and he was very, very concerned about getting the anchor set because he didn't want to drift. I guess currents can go and you can bang into the shallow coral. So he started to set the anchor, you want to gun the boat and at all points of the compass. And I just, a boat makes a different noise if it's not moving and the engine's on. So I see this line behind me going taut and just, the boat's doing a wheelie. I'm like, in my mind, I go, that anchor's stuck. But you don't say no to a Navy captain. And we start to fish, and it was fun at first because it was kind of a successful day. We caught lots of fish, parts, I would say, or half fishes. Sometimes it was great. I guess we throw it over and we get a hit, reel it in, and I guess the fish would grow because a big hit would come, and then we'd just get a piece of line. No fish, no hook, no sinker, no nothing. And I was like, I guess the fish exploded. That's why we sometimes got parts. Well, then we realized why. The things hitting our fish were sharks. You reel it in, your bait, what you caught, becomes bait for something bigger. End of the day, the shadows get very long. Time to pull up the anchor. Lo and behold, that anchor is stuck. All right, well, you're just going to have to go down there and get it out, my dad says to me. No, I'm not. And I guess he sensed with my quick response this was going to be a hard sell. So he said to me, well, why don't you just get in the water and tell me how you feel? I don't need to do that. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to feel like I shouldn't be in the water. That's the last thing I need to be doing is splashing around on the surface like a fish bait or half a fish. But I did it, and it actually wasn't that big a deal. Nothing bothers me much. But I asked my mom later. I was like, "What? Why did you didn't have a reaction to it either?" She's like, "I don't think he would have made you done it had he thought you were in real danger. And I was like, oh my God, this woman's delusional. He put the whole family in danger at least once a week. He used to buy these pieces of these cars that would just clunk out halfway through the intersection. But that's not a problem if you have a 7-year-old, aka me, in the car and a magic stick. Because when the car would die, he would stay behind the wheel and send me out with the magic stick, and I would go around, pop the hood, climb in the engine, unscrew the wing nut, untake the air filter, prop open the air intake valve with the magic stick, give him the sign to start the car, and then we would drive off to the road with his head out the window, me still in the engine, and the hood popped up. Then we would make sure the car would run. I would take out the stick, put the air filter back on the wing nut, close it, and get back in the car, and put the magic stick on the dashboard. Now, magic sticks are magic because they are found the first time the car brakes on the side of the road. All right, I'll leave you all there.
That was amazing, though. Well done, Sean.
Will Gable. Magic Stick. I love that song. Our live stream is coming to an end. We do have a comedian afterwards, but our headliner of our little Funky Friday show, I am very happy to say, let's give it up for Sean Sagnas, everybody! Guys, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm not usually like a note-having person at all, but I feel like I did my homework for once. It's like a very foreign feeling for me. Test. Yeah, it works. All right. I was ignored in a group chat today, and it was like the worst feeling of my life. Like, I wrote, hey, does anyone want to get a beer? But, like, everyone else was just writing, like, Nathan, I'm so sorry your grandpa passed. I'll come over. It was like, guys, I wrote, like, he didn't even write anything in the chat. You guys could send that personally. I found that, like, that Spectrum joke so funny because my dad's foreign. So he, like, describes stuff. So, like, he calls autistic kids on TV. Just because that's, like, the only network he's ever had with Spectrum. So he'll just be like, you know, he's like, he's the socialization. He's one of the, he's on TV, you know? He has a show. Dude, my dad's so weird at telling me stuff. I remember he was telling me, like, first of all, I had the most obviously gay cousin in the world growing up. Like, he would be like, oh, can you print me out like a Hannah Montana poster? I'm like, yeah, sure. He was like 8. I knew it. I think we all knew. And he was like acting like he had like some hot goss for me the other night. He's like, Sean, guess what? Your cousin? Gay. Like, it was like a big reveal. I'm like, yeah, I figured. Oh, okay. Well, did you also know he has a boyfriend? Like, it'd be weird if he had a girlfriend and was gay. Okay, well, I bet you didn't know this. His boyfriend, black. Okay. But, like, I think he sensed, like, my okay was, like, a little, like, oh, okay, that's a little Republican of you to say it like that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just making observation for you. My dad's like kind of weird. Like, sometimes we watching football together. Like, I know he's starting to lean conservative as he gets older, just because like they'll just be fucking dancing in the end zone. He's like, knock it off, you know. It's just like, and then for like 5 seconds, just like that. And then he'll leave like comments. He'll just be like, they're all so good at dancing. What do you mean? Like football players? Sure. Like, oh, okay. I don't think he meant football players in general. I'm a huge gamer. I love video games. I love like the Nintendo Switch. I love mobile games. My favorite game right now that I'm playing on my phone is Hinge. I've been playing it for a bit. I'm not getting better, but I think once I figure out like the mechanics for the swipe technique, maybe I'll unlock the levels with girls. My friend set it up for me, so I gotta unlock it. So we'll see what happens. I've been getting better. You know, it's interesting. You see like these girls, when girls go out and they're like all sat at a bar and they're like just swiping away. Like, it actually looks like such a fun time. And then like when guys are doing it, it just looks so depressing. Like the way I think about it is like, alright, if the girls are doing it, it's kind of like they're playing like blackjack. It's like a fun table, you know? And it's just like, oh, I hit that. Oh, hit it. Go ahead. For the guys, it's like I haven't won anything, but I'm starting to see the sevens. So that's at least a good sign. Go up to like some girls playing it at a bar. I'm like, oh, is that Hinge? And it's like, oh, this is actually Raya. I'm like, ooh, high limit table. I didn't know. Did not know. So interesting when you watch your friends swipe away. It's actually like how you learn the most about them. So you just see like where their priorities lay. And they're like, oh my god, fucking this one. Oh my god, Berkeley, UCLA Med School. Smart, gotta like that. Okay, hot. All right, that's equal. So fucking good. You know, it's tough. I can never like really date these Ivy Leaguers. Like I try because I own this piece of clothing. So they're like, yeah, he looks the part. Like. It could work, but like I'm like the state school. I'm like the state school of men. Like I got so much spirit, and I'm like a fun time. But it's not gonna be like very intellectually stimulating. You're gonna probably try to transfer out after 2 years. Get a good diploma. You know. My roommate had a date the other night, and he asked to borrow my cast iron skillet. I was like, for what? What do you mean? Like, why do you need this for a date? That's kind of crazy. He was like, no, I'm gonna cook for her, and then like, I'm gonna get it in, bro. Trust me. Like, when I cook for someone, they can't say no, and I'm like, that's nutty, man. Because I thought you could only roofie liquids, but he's like found a way. I think he's like a science major. Very smart, you know. I'm convinced chiropractors were invented by accident when they were, you know, like when they used to like torture people and they put them in that like stretcher machine. They just keep cranking it. They're like, all right, guys, I know four cranks, they're dead, but 2 cranks, they're loving it. We should just fucking charge for this. I think we're on to something. It's a business. My friends and I, we never really like fight over girls because we got like such different tastes. So like we were at a bar the other night. I'm like, that girl's a fucking 10. And he was like, no, it's not a 10. Maybe she's like an 8 or something. So like I'm like, okay, so like what's a 10? What's a 10? You know, like, we give like a celebrity comparison so we get it. One guy was like, yeah, you know, like Bella Hadid, Gigi Hadid, like the Hadid sisters, 10s. All right, fucking Megan Fox, 10. And this guy's like, okay, so I give that girl at a bar like an 8. All right, because like, okay, like a 10 is like Meghan Trainor, right? And we all just, what? Really? So a 10 is a 6 on your scale. That's how it works. Fuck, I didn't know that. Damn, I can introduce you to anyone, bro. Here I was being selective at that bar. At that bar it was fun. Like, we like to play a game because it's Silver Lake, land of the lesbians. And I'll be like, all right, this is the favorite. It's true. It's like the WeHo for women is Silver Lake. I don't know if you've ever been. But I like to play a game called Are They Lesbians on a Date? Or is it just so loud that they got to like get really close when they talk to one another? It's always one or the other. It's like the perfect icebreaker too, because they're not interested. They're just gonna pretend they're lesbian. You're not gonna come up like 30 minutes later. Hey, I noticed neither of you are kissing each other. I was just wondering. You changed your mind. I went to a pretty affluent high school. I went to the Beverly Hills High School, and like I'm like upper middle class, but like I felt broke. Like. You see people like just they've been saying this wrong their whole life. Like they got like their own rich equivalent to everything, and like no one's ever corrected them. When you're really rich, like no one corrects you because they want to like use your lake house and stuff like that. But this lady told me, I mean, she told me now, she's a lady, she was a girl at the time. She said, she came up to me and she's like, oh my God, my birthday? I was like, yeah, dude, I was at the party. It was crazy. I had a great time. What'd you get? Because I'm sure your dad got you something sick. You know, he's like, spend all the money on the ponies. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know he fucking gambles. I was like, he bought me 4 horses, actually. What are you talking about? Gambling? Y'all didn't like that one? Okay. I got a computer virus recently. And it's not like from what you think, but it is crazy that it occurred right while there were horny MILFs in my area. So the timing couldn't have been worse, actually, for me. Pretty tough. When I was younger, I wanted to be a televangelist. This is true. Not even Christian. Parents just didn't let me know that was a barrier to entry. They were just like, yeah, fucking try, right? You know, why not? Go for it. It's like I'd get in front of those 700 Club people and then do my best trying to sell them donate your money, 4 a.m., you elderly woman, you know? Just I gave the whole spiel. I feel like I did a really good job. And they're like, I just don't know if you have the look, you know? You look a little too Italian. I'm like, fuck. Would it help if I told you I was actually Middle Eastern? They're like, that's far worse, actually. That's a lot worse. You can get out. That's fine. I was doing this. Oh, I was doing this. No, I was dating this. Well, simultaneously. I was doing both. I was dating this Mexican girl for a while, and she was like, Sean, you should honestly make an effort to speak to my dad, hang out with him. I'm like, all right, that's dope. You know what? Let me talk to him. Hey, Mr. Gonzalez, you wanna go out someday? Maybe we'll go to the golf course, have a couple drinks. She's like, Sean, my dad doesn't fucking golf. All right, he's Mexican. What are you fucking thinking? So I'm like, that's crazy that you think Mexicans can't golf, but I'll pick something else. So I was like, do you like luchador wrestling? I brought my own mask, and she didn't like that either. But I'm like, based on your reaction to the first part, I was like, I should go with the most Mexican activity possible. So you can't really win with these women, guys. My name is Sean. Thank you, guys.
Give it up for Sean, everybody. Can't with these. No. Let's give it up to the people helping us out tonight. Give it up for Ryan. And guys, this is Cece. She's gonna come up here and give us a few minutes, if that's okay. Helping us out with that social media and etc. TBD. Oh my gosh, we're live. Say hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, you need that phone? Do you want?
I could try to keep it live while I do the notes. I could go back and out.
LA School of Comedy! Yeah! Okay. Here, take it. Thank you. That's what you gotta do.
Like this little charger on it. Whoa, there we go. I'm gonna sit on this chair. You made that look really cool. I've never done it before. I feel like I got a power. Look at my shiny shoes. Thank you guys. I love shiny things. LMAO. So my my fridge is depressed. It committed suicide today. I don't know how else to explain it. It just stopped working. It just went. Does anyone have that where it just stops going cold? And it starts out really fucking cold. The freezer will have icicles, right? And then it just stops fucking working. And it's right when you get new food. And I told my landlord about it, and he's like, that's bad. That's bad. I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like you could do something about that if you're the landlord. What is it? What is it with them? They're landlords. That's what it's with them. A few days ago, I stood outside Sony Studios, and I had a sign that said, recent film grad will take unpaid internship, preferably paid. That was kind of what I thought would get me into the industry. And I did kind of think someone would just hand me a job. I'd just take my resume and be like, you know what, kid, you got so much spunk. This doesn't happen nowadays. Come on in. Doesn't occur like that, guys. But it was fun. It was fun. I'm trying this new thing where it's like a new diet. It's where I drink water and I go to bed early. I eat good foods and I get a little bit of sunshine. It's a good diet. I've heard really great things about it. Yeah, so the job hunt is on. I don't know if that's the case for any of y'all, but it's the case for me. And it's so funny because you basically just like everything when you're looking for a job, right? You could not at all like the thing that you're applying for, but you will pretend like you will. I applied for this job and it's supposed to be. Do you guys know what oil pulling is? Yeah, neither did I really, but once that job was offered, I sure did, and now I fucking love oil pulling. You know, let me tell you about it. It's like an Eastern thing. It helps your teeth get whitened, but yeah, I fucking love it now because there's money attached to it. My dog took a shit at Bristol Farms. Is another thing. I don't even know where to begin with. It just happened. It was so bad. And like I don't know if anyone here has dogs. You know when they start doing that little circle and you're like, fuck. You know, and then sometimes you can't pick them up in time and it happens. And it was, oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad. And then I was like debating, like, do I just pick it up with my hands so nobody sees? Because if I leave it there, somebody's going to see. You know, I don't really want to pick it up with my hands. So I did. I got a paper towel. I picked it up. But at that point, like 3 people had seen. And this older woman was like, oh my God. It was really bad. But it was Bristol Farms, so it was kind of like a fuck you to Bristol Farms. You know what I mean? Me and my roommate, we love throwing parties that nobody can fucking dress to. And we love being like, you have to come dressed to it. Recently threw a Scientology party. What are you going to fucking wear? We threw a Remember party. And everyone was like, what do you dress with? Just remember. Remember. We're going to be throwing a test party, which is going to be tests. We're probably going to get SAT books and make everybody take some tests, like in a fun way, you know, like get drunk and take the SAT, who's going to do it? Or do multiplication tests, you know, see who gets through it the fastest. Which, okay, I don't know if anyone's like done the multiplication or like long division recently. Oh my God, I don't know how to do that anymore. That's pretty crazy. Had a Hanukkah birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas party. That one was easier. You know, you had 4 options to dress for. I can't seem to watch any movie ever without thinking about my ex. Any movie at all, guys. It doesn't matter what it is. I think about him at the cinema. Same thing with every single bar ever. Because if there's beer there, I think about him, and that's every single bar ever. So it's really fun. I have a lot of fun. Guys, what's it with dads and ponchos? You know what I mean? Like dads fucking love poncho. You guys know what I'm sorry, I don't know if you have kids. I apologize. Also, let me say, I love the autism bit. I love every time you do it. And when you talk about like out autisming someone, because like you out autism me, to be honest. Normally I out autism other people, so it's like cool to be put in my place. You know what I mean? But yeah, what's it with dads in that? You know, they want to show their love through ponchos. They could just show it through like telling me that they love me, but they never do that. They just give me more ponchos. I recently bought the Blood and Body of Jesus Christ on Amazon because that's a thing that you can do. You can purchase the body and the blood, and I fucking love it, and I'll do it. Ariana Grande is a different person, right? Are we just all on the same page with that? Nobody's talking about it. Everyone's talking about her song, but I'm just looking at her as a person. I'm like, that's not the same fucking Ariana Grande. So I don't know who replaced her. Really fucking, do you guys know what I mean? Yes. Okay, thank you. Because some people make me feel crazy about it, and it's really, you know? And then I'll leave you with this one, guys. I think if as a society we decide to only go down on men after they've written in their feeling journals, you know, they've written down their feelings, they've written down their manifestations, and they've, you know, talked to God. And if then we go down on them, the world will be a better place. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Thank you so much, guys. You can find me on Instagram, CECETRZ. That's E.
Dr. Cece and TikTok and feelings and Felicia.
Hey now.
You write it down for your thing for your. Cause again, like I'm throwing genius stuff out of it, it's cracking up, and I feel like nobody's really soaking all that in. Stay cool, stay you guys. Give it up for Ryan again. Give it up for Cece. Soon to at home. Jason Ham doing the damn thing. I've been Sam. Sing. No. And that's it. Come to our show on Sunday, 291 South Las Cienega Boulevard. It's a really cool, like, penthouse vibe, rooftop, different rooftop. Then, yeah. But, yeah, come out. It's really fun. Okay. Good night, Los Angeles. We love